Business Solutions is just that. We ask a business to share the challenges that they are facing so we can focus on the solutions they found to overcome that challenge. We discover some terrific lessons for every small business through this process. This week, Steve Thompson with Direct Reconditioning joins Dan Long from the Sandbox Group and me with more on this idea of business solutions. Steve, so good to have you with us. Dan, as always, great to see you. And let's start in, because I can just imagine that when you have a business that is about detailing autos, getting autos cleaned up, obviously a big focus of that industry is going to be on car dealers. That industry has definitely seen some tough times the last couple of years. So I assume that's the challenge you're facing?
Yes, sir.
What kind of, how did that play out for you?
Well, we just gradually saw inventory coming through, volume decrease and decrease over time. So when that happened, we really started to try and focus on outside work, and that being the general public.
And the biggest, you know, when Steve and I sat down, he said, you know what, I'm trying to find out how I can advertise. I mean, I don't have this huge budget that I can just go out and spend a bunch of money in advertising. He says, but
like every small business.
And what was really powerful, he says, but you know what? I did spend money. I became a BBB member. I thought, wow, because he really wanted to differentiate himself from a lot of other people that does what he does. And so anyway, I looked at this little directory. I said, well, you know what? You don't have to do an awful lot of advertising. Why don't you introduce yourself to the 2,000 business owners that are in this directory, and just tell them, you know what? And just say, you know what, I'm just a small operation. Well, actually, he's the largest public detailer in the state. But you know what?
Just hold this up.
I want to introduce myself to 2,000 other businesses that are doing exactly the same thing I'm doing, saying yes to ethics, yes to trust. So we talked about drafting up a simple little letter, send it to find out who is running these businesses, and just introduce yourself. Say, hey, look, I have a detailing business. That is the best advertising you can get. I'm a fellow BBB member, and I'd like to do some work for you. You can trust me.
Now, these types of databases are out. Yes, you have the BBB database as well, but you know, Direct Reconditioning, you said, it's the largest detailer in the state. You have a number of employees, and so you're staying busy. It's interesting, though, that you address the challenge by moving outside the typical expected market and identifying some new opportunities for yourself.
Absolutely. And trust is one of the biggest parts of our business. We want to develop a customer relationship with each person that comes in, not to just do a quick in and out detail and send them on their way. And we want to take care of them. We want to do what needs done to that vehicle. Basically reconditioning that to a like new condition. And that's not just a 4 or 5 hour detail. That will take all day. We're talking 10, 12 hours. To give that customer value in what they paid for.
And Steve was talking about a lot of his customers, they live all over the valley. I mean, he'll drive to Eagle and get their car, he'll keep it the entire day. He doesn't return a product undone. He doesn't return it with wet carpets, right? You start getting mold built in. So, you know what he really wants to do is he really wants to establish a relationship with a customer. The goal in any business is not only to do that customer's business, but to do their children's business too. When I built my company, I did first and second generation work. The original owner, and now their children's are owning their own homes. We did work there too. So that's really the strength. And I tell you what, this will going to be a great little source for him to reach out and say, hey, I'm a fellow BBB member. I believe in ethics. I believe in truth. I'd like to earn your work.
And it's all about really establishing that relationship from a direct contact.
You bet. Absolutely.
Position.
You bet.
Okay. As far as what have you seen so far? I mean, you've started going down this road of working to attract the general public. What kind of outcome have you seen?
Well, we do have an ad in the directory, and we have been getting some phone calls on that. And basically, we're just taking care of those customers one at a time. They're satisfied. They're happy. They've commented that they haven't experienced details of this caliber before. And so that encourages us to just be more aggressive, go out there and let everyone know that we're here.
Are you changing a mindset as well? It's more than just you need to do more with your vehicle than run it through a car wash every couple of weeks?
Absolutely. We really focus on protection. protection packages from paint sealants to fabric guard inside on the interior. And your typical detail, those waxes and protectants, they last 4 to 6 weeks. We use better products that last 4 to 6 months.
And you know what
Easy.
you're talking about, probably the second largest investment you make, right? You got your
Exactly.
home and you got your car. And I didn't realize, like with these clear coats, I mean, you only have so much grinding you can do on these before that clear coat's gone. So what they do is, they come in, you mentioned protection, is they use a product that will protect your clear coat.
Yes, protects
Okay.
the paint. And one thing we do also is we keep records on our customers' cars. When they come back, we know when we did their car last, what we did to their car, as far as protection. We know everything. So it's just not, well, we think you might need this. We keep track so we can genuinely take care of our customers.
Steve Thompson, the company is Direct Reconditioning, addressing the challenge of a limited market by expanding the marketplace for
bet.
yourself.
Education.
And educating the consumer, ultimately the customer. Steve, thanks so much for being with us. Dan,
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
information, great lessons for every small business out there. And when we return, a look ahead to the coming week on the news front and our 3 challenges for you from this program.